met with the ANC, they said no. EFF met with the ANC, they said no. PA met, DA met, we said yay. Now she comes here. We have been telling people this thing is pure racism. Embarrassing the African National Congress. You know, I must today say something. During the negotiations, I've never seen the ANC being so generous in listening to views. And now Helen Zille rocks up and say, nothing happens without me here. It is the Mrs. mentality which took us to exile. She needs to stay away from this thing, because in the spirit, now she talks about clause 24, clause 54, clause 24. The best example I can make you. If a girl, if you decide to marry a girl, the two of you say we're going to get engaged. That's what happened here. The intent is to get married. If that marriage doesn't happen, what recourse does that girl have? She can go to court. She can go to court. The court can fine me for not marrying the lady. But the court can't instruct me to marry her. That's the same thing happening here. She talks about the clause. This is a statement of intent. How are we going to form the GNU? When the GNU gets formed, it will then give life to the document. It will then, now they want to make Fikile Mbalula like he doesn't know what he's talking about. She didn't read this document properly. My brother, that thing means nothing.
And another thing that she said, that she seems to think the ANC doesn't also understand, and I'm interested to hear what your interpretation is as the Patriotic Alliance, is clause 19, which is about sufficient consensus, because it talks to the parties representing 60% of seats in the National Assembly. And Helen Zille says it's not seat in the government of national unity, it's seats in the National Assembly. And according to her, that means the ANC doesn't have that 60%. Even if they bring in you as the PA, the IFP, the people that have already signed, they don't get 60%, which means when there's a deadlock, the ANC would have to consult with the DA. The DA would have to rubber stamp whenever there's a deadlock. How do you understand clause 19 of this?
Clause 19, number one, the ANC doesn't have the power to decide what happens in the National Assembly. Let's start there. So how can the ANC bring out a document that says all the parties in National Assembly? Since when does the ANC decides for the Freedom Front Plus, or for the EFF, and for the PA for that matter? Sufficient consensus is for the parties that are signatories to the document. She's now realized what she's done. That Fikile Mbalula and his negotiators has got the upper hand. They outplayed Helen Zille. What does she do? She's trying to ridicule them here on your show. I watched the show. She's trying to make them look stupid. She's trying to make that esteemed team like didn't know what they were signing about. The ANC, the PA, the PAC, we can form 60% of sufficient consensus in the GNU. In the GNU. Where does she get these things? Here's the issue. Helen Zille knows that, you know, for me, somebody said something so profound. Helen Zille said nothing different than what former President Jacob Zuma said. He said this is a coalition. By her saying that nothing can happen without her, it makes it a coalition. She wants